Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Bank, otherwise known as Black Auntie No Kids. And today I want to discuss the breaking news out here on these Ernesto streets. The breaking news, which was delightfully broken by Real Talk Bougie, is that his attorney his attorney put in a request for a gag order. Now, I don't have the gag order. I did not pull it from Fulton County, the Odyssey files. I didn't do that. If you would like to hear a little bit more about that or to actually have the document read out, head over to Real Talk Bougie. I believe she does have a video up today in which she goes over the gag order request. So last night when she broke this news, we it was a nice detailed discussion, and a lot of people brought up a lot of good points. And it is just emotion. And there's some theories as to why this is coming about. Probably the biggest theory was that this was something that um, standard operating procedures, basically, as Fran says, SOPs. So, his attorney, believe his attorney name is Young. He is putting this out, um, you know, as his doing his due diligence and representing his clients. So on the surface, it just looks like normal operating or standard operating procedures. But someone in the comments had dropped a little nugget, and I meant to upload it before I started this recording, and I obviously didn't. So I'm going to try to hurry up and do that right now as I'm talking. But like I said, a lot of people throwing out a lot of theories. One, standard operating procedures, and number two is that this has caught fire on the blogs. And since Fonnie Willis came out the other day and made that statement about Nesto and his RICO charges, that may have also possibly prompt this motion to be put in. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not an attorney, so what do I know? What do I know? But that was the consensus. Basically, is that it's in order to stop the flow of information out here in the media, in particular social media, because that's where it's really catching fire. Because if you think about it, since Shirley did the strawberry letter on my strawberry letter on the Steve Harvey show, I believe that was back in November. We really we haven't really we haven't really heard anything about this in the media, and a lot of the quote unquote gossip blogs like the Neighborhood Talk or the Shade Room, they have not really been covering this at all, which I find kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Because you would think this is new. Shirley Strawberry, even though she's not like an A-list celebrity or B-list, I would call her, I don't know. She does have some celebrity status, and to me, it is a big story in light of the phone calls being dropped by phone calls from prison. Basically, it fits in line with the kind of stories that they do talk about. But I don't know if that has anything to do with them just not being interested and not thinking their audience is interested in it, or maybe behind the scenes, they have an agreement with involved parties, and I can't say for sure, so I don't want to say it like like I know it for a fact, but it could be or know it to be true, but it could be people like Steve Harvey. Maybe they have kind of thrown their hands in and um and said, "Hey, just let's not talk about this." I don't know, but all I know is that the main source of the bubble up or all of the information that is being shared are coming from bloggers on YouTube, primarily Real Talk Bougie, um, uh, Nyla, Grown Woman Vibes. Um, and early on, you had Storm Monroe and Chronicle Speaks. They still do add to it, but they kind of more or less broke the stories and talked about it in the way that I expected to see it in the shade room or the neighborhood talk. What the bloggers did is just basically take took that information and ran with it, and then with an assist, or I can't even say an assist, but with a lot of help from phone calls from prison, this is taking on a life of its own. So I can only imagine that they want to stop the flow coming in from the vlog community, because now he has been charged with a RICO, and Fonnie has spoke about him specifically. It may catch fire again, and they're just. I believe that is an attempt to shut down the conversation. But again, the comment that I had grabbed. I'm trying to figure out a way to pull it into StreamYard. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to do it as an overlay. This may not work, but I just wanted you to see this comment, and I also wanted to give the person credit for actually bring this to my attention anyway. Let's see if it works. Okay, there you go. It just covers my face, which is fine. Well, my avatar. So this came in through Real Talk Bougie last night as we were talking through this, and it's from Girl in Tech. It's Erica that's doing the talking that scared him. Now she spelled Erica wrong, but that's what she meant, Erica. And I'm like, you know what? Bingo, as Nesto would say, bingo. And I'm like, you know what? Think about it. Erica wasn't under a gag order, but Erica was basically told to sit down and keep quiet, stay off social media, and just chill. Just chill. She got out of jail with those stipulations. So Erica could not be on social media. She could not be doing interviews. She couldn't talk about it, basically. So that is where I think this is all one of another reason why. I can't say it is the reason. I'm not saying that everybody else is wrong. I'm just throwing this into the arena of thought on this. And so in my humble opinion, I think that may be playing a part in what's going on with his attorney because Erica has a lot to say. I mean, she did. So, the irony is that in the midst of the what I call the 80s Harlequin bad romance drama that was taking place during Nesto's most recent court appearance in regards to his RICO charges, the smart vlogger that she is, and obviously excellent attorney that she is, Pam Esquire, stuck around because she understood the assignment. So everybody rushed to the courtroom that was, in this sphere, the main players. I'm talking about the blogger. I'm talking about Dennis Byron, and I'm talking about Pam Esquire. Those have been the main ones that have been showing up in court. So she understood the assignment. She was like, wait a minute, okay, Nesto came in and he was dismissed, all that was taken care of. They're going to push it 6 months out, yada, yada, yada. But wait a minute. Oh, girl, wait a minute. She clocked Erica in the courtroom just chilling, lounging in the courtroom like she was going to have, brunch with the girls. So after, as I call them, Nomeo and Juliet exited stage left to continue their twisted version of foreplay down in the conference room, Pam stuck around and stuck it out and listened to the goings on. So if you want to know more about what is going on with Erica, she basically got a 5-year suspended sentence with conditions. Pam goes into detail with that. So head on over to Pam the Law Intellects channel and she breaks it down. She does a really great retelling. That is part of her job as an attorney to be able to paint a picture. And she does that very well. Also, part of being an attorney is to be able to ask the important questions. So she stuck around and she conveniently bumped in to Ms. Ericka King, and they had a pleasant conversation slash interview. Now, prior to Pam coming on later that evening after the hearing, she did a video before she left the court area. They were outside asking Erica for an interview, and Erica said she had to talk to her attorney. Apparently, that worked out. And she did say there were a couple of law intellects that happened to hang around too and were asking questions. I'm not going to go into detail with those questions because there were quite a few and they were very well presented as an attorney should. And even the intellects did a good job from what Pam stated. But her retelling of it is unmatched. So again, head on over to her channel and go watch that. But what struck me was that the way Ericka handled herself. I will say one thing, that Ericka came off as if she was unaware of certain things. And, that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and rightly so, because she is a part of, Nesto's RICO. She is a co-defendant in the RICO. So there is some culpability, and I don't believe that she was in a babe in the woods with Nesto. Ericka sounds like a very smart, intelligent woman, and she played her cards very well. She did get the 5 year suspended sentence with conditions, and I believe those conditions mean that if she even, sniffs the wrong air, she can go to jail. And also, if she doesn't deliver on the information to the prosecution, truthful information, that she can also wind up in jail. So I know a lot of people were upset because they were like, "Oh, she's lying." And I don't think that Pam for 1 minute or anybody who has been following this drama believed her. But one thing that Ericka has going for her, she is a con woman and she's been doing it for a lot of years. She's very good at it. And number two, part of her con was PR. So she knows how to mix it up and play off of an interviewer. She knows how to give just enough to be dangerous and to be quite honest, not to be dangerous rather. And quite honestly, she does not have to tell us the truth. She doesn't, because it doesn't matter. We don't hold any weight in that courtroom. The only people she has to tell the truth to is the prosecution. And she's going to spin a tale that makes herself look good. And the reason why she does that, because we live in a sound bite society. We live in this fast moving social age. We live in a fast moving age of social media where people just hear a little bit. They may read a tweet or they may watch a 30-second video or a short or a TikTok. It's sound bites. And politicians do this all the time. In front of the cameras, they say one thing, behind closed door, they say another. But what do people know or remember? What they said in front of the camera. So she knows every bit of information she fed to us. That's what we're going to focus on. Now, if there are transcripts of her testimony or depositions, anything that the general public can get through the Freedom of Information Act, we'll know exactly what was said. And a lot of the things that she was saying, we kind of already sniffed through and debunked. But I just wanted to make that part really clear as I continue to talk about this. So the reason why I liked Tech Girl's comment was because prior to this, even with his previous attorney, now I know he had not been indicted, the RICO had not came down, but maybe this is something Hannah was planning all along. So I can't say this is something they could have done earlier because he hadn't been indicted. Okay. But there's two things that have happened. Of course, number one is the indictment, and number two, Ericka pretty much is a free woman and she's free to talk apparently without hurting her case. So guess what? There are many vloggers out here who'll be more than willing to give her the mic. And if I am his defense attorney, I would be worried about that. I would be. So time is of the essence because we already know most of the information that we have. We got it directly from the source. We got it from Ernesto and all his conversations with Sonia and Dre and Lamont and Dion and Shirley. We got a lot of pieces of the information. A lot of the bloggers have been pulling documents. They've been, pulling official documents. Phone calls from prison are giving us the calls. She's helping us connect the dots. So a lot of the damage has already been done. So they're just trying to, at this point, you know, basically put a tourniquet around the flow of that artery. That basically they're trying to stem the flow. And any attorney worth their salt, they would do this. Now, I don't have any background in the legal field in terms of law, like, an attorney. I was in law enforcement, and we played the beginning part of the game, and we tossed the ball over to the legal side, to the professionals in the legal field. I don't know if this gag order is going to be granted. I personally don't think so, just because there are a lot of high profile cases out here that probably could have been served more with the gag order, or it was more at stake, I guess I would say, than what's going on with Ernest Williams. But the public has the right to know, and they have a right to report on this. This man's a con man. And I don't understand why, what is already out there is out there. All the calls are out there, all the discussions are out there. I mean, there are hours and hours and hours and hours of footage out here on YouTube of people discussing this case, let alone the phone calls. So what's different now? And what's the biggest thing that can hurt him now? I don't know. But I do know that they don't want Ericka talking, because Ericka is very convincing. She can spin a tale. She can do just enough, I guess, in their opinion, to possibly sway or taint the jury pool in the Atlanta area. I don't know. But I think that is something that is key, and that's something that should be bubbled up. So that's just my opinion. You tell me in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that this is also egged on by Ericka now being on the loose? Because I do believe, now correct me if I'm wrong, that she either reached out to Tasha K, uh, I guess maybe over a year ago, regarding the Charleston White issue. So Tasha K has some information or some in to Miss Ericka King, and Tasha K has been following this story, obviously. Maybe Ericka would like to have a sit down with Tasha K. Or maybe she would like to talk to Pam on camera a little bit more. Or Real Talk Bougie, or Grown Woman Vibes. Hopefully she'll have her channel back soon. And or anybody out here who's willing to listen to her. And now that Fonnie Willis has spoke on this, who knows, maybe some bigger news um outlets would like to sit down and talk to Ericka. Now, I do know that she's not out of the clear. Erica's not out of the clear yet, so she does have to tread lightly, and maybe her lawyer will not green light such a big interview, but it's definitely a possibility. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you for sticking around and listening this long, and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like. And until the next time I upload, I hope everybody has a blessed day. Bye now.